We're Lab Science Share, a research team studying COVID-19 and food insecurity. My name is Lois, and in this video, I'll be presenting the infographics created by our lab design team on food insecurity and COVID-19. We hope you find this video informational. Did you know there is a relationship between COVID-19 and diet? Since COVID-19, people's diet has tremendously declined due to the problem of food inaccessibility. There's a high consumption of processed foods such as French fries, burgers, and cakes. These types of foods are very high in sugar, saturated fat, and refined carbohydrates. They have been linked to cause diabetes and cardiovascular diseases. Individuals who consume these types of diet have an increased risk for COVID-19 contraction and severity, and they also tend to have pre-existing conditions and a weaker immune system. These diets impair our immunity by causing chronic inflammations, which can lead to long-term medical conditions. And it also leaves our immune system to be less able to fight off viruses during the 14-day incubation period. And therefore, it is very critical to increase the accessibility of healthy fruits and vegetables in order to decrease the impact and spread of COVID-19 in our communities. Did you also know that the number of residents facing food insecurity increased by 1 million due to the COVID-19 pandemic? Around 2 million New York residents are food insecure, meaning that about 1 in 4 people does not have access to a healthy meal. And this needs to change. Considering the fact that people who are food insecure are likely to develop diabetes, hypertension, cardiovascular diseases, and nutrient-related disease such as diabetes. It is very bad, especially during this COVID-19 period. And this is because people with diabetes are 6 times more likely to get hospitalized for flu-like symptoms or infections. Food insecurity affects the ability of these individuals to have adequate amount of nutrients such as vitamin C, vitamin D, and zinc for optimal immune response and support. Therefore, it's very important to make food more accessible and promote healthy eating. Food accessibility is very important as it helps to promote good health. People who experience food insecurity are more likely to be diabetic and obese. And given the COVID-19 pandemic, this can be alarming for some of the following reasons. 1. High blood glucose is a favorable environment for viruses to proliferate, and glucose is also a great source of energy for viruses. Diabetic patients, like you mentioned before, are 6 times more likely to be hospitalized for flu-like infections. Fat cells called adipocytes can be potentially infected by SARS-CoV-2 because they express the same ACE2 enzyme receptor. And the last reason is because lipids favors virus production. And because of all these reasons, it is very critical that healthy food is made available to all people in our community so as to prevent these occurrences from happening.
How can you help? Our lab is conducting a survey examining the impacts of COVID-19 on food accessibility. By completing this survey, you can help us understand more about this issue and ways we can combat it. Take our survey by clicking the link in the description below.
If you like this presentation, please do not hesitate to like or subscribe to our social media channels. Thank you.